I had no interest whatsoever in drama when I first came into this area. In fact, if anything, I had a hatred of it, engendered in me from my college days. When I came to Monkstown, I helped organise the Emmett Football Club, and we put on concerts to make funds. Then I left Monkstown to take up the principalship here in Ringaskiddy. And when I became secretary of the local Shamrock Hurling and Football Club, I continued in the same vein, running concerts to make funds. I continued at this for a number of years, and the bug must have bitten, because I found that I had developed a keen interest in putting on plays. So I threw out the suggestion that we form an independent group, a play group independent of the GA Club. Quite a number of the past pupils who had done plays with me at school concerts gathered round, and they became the nucleus of the Shamrock Drama Group in 1957. There has been a long tradition of drama in Ringaskiddy, extending right back to the beginning of the century. Evidently, in those days, the drama was connected mainly with the Shamrock Hurling Club or the Shamrock Harrier Club. But of course, in those bygone days of yore, I suppose all your shows were at home. You couldn't very well get out, could you?
Where did we go in bloody Larry's, man?
Where?
Out to Bengoly and out to Kinsale, down to Crosshaven, over to...
You actually had lorries?
Yeah.
We had Jumper Collins's Larry.
And solid wheels behind.
Yeah, solid wheels. They wasn't the pneumatic wheels.
When would that be?
It would be about 1920, 29 or 30, was to be around that period, between 20 and 30. What about Walter?
Yeah.
Not around.
When you went to Kinsale and Jumper's
Were you
Larry?
in the same group?
No.
No, a different crowd.
We were able to put on 3 or 4 groups here at the time, that time.
There's only one of them. Population has decreased.
Yeah. We went up and we coming home and we were nicely moved. We went up Glenny Hill one night.
What's that?
And she blew us on the road home here.
Just to the side of the river stick.
I don't know my geography that well.
And we went right up and she blew a gasket. The ton truck blew a gasket down up a lamp. We had to dig a hole to get water at the side because it was a nice fine night. And we put a man that was came with us. We took his hard hat and bailed the water into the radiator. And the props in, we had the props in, all the bags and everything is tied around it. They brought us home anyhow. It was a great time.
Yeah, they were the best. Crazy
Last
taste.
year in Kinsale.
Huh?
We opened the truck. Some truck there, you get about 40, 60 into it.
Yeah.
How often would you do the play then?
Well,
I mean, you do it at home, how once?
Oh, you could have them in, we say we done them in a position out there that hard.
That's one of John Burnham Academy.
Yeah, well, you go over to the reactor in Carrigaline.
Yeah.
And you could do all the equators or fine feathers, big fine buds or cough water.
They're all John
and then
Burnham's
you go from there down to the last gal in Crosshaven. Yeah. And the last gal was, it was too long built at that time. And so was the reactor.
What do you do with the money? You drink it?
No, we bought
Oh, leaving Walter and me exhausted. Productions.
Talking about the good old days.
Good old days.
Good old days, right?
Here there was no production in the good old days.
There wasn't, no.
It was a case you were told to open the door, but there was no one told you how to get to the door, but you had to open it in any case. And they enjoyed themselves.
They simply let them play off and
Yeah,
gave out the
yeah,
lines.
whatever.
Yeah.
You just
You must remember then too, we didn't have electric light or anything, you know, we learned in Endo and Harrier Hall over, no? Where we had, you might laugh, no, but we did have a candle in a jam jar, and we tried to learn a script with that, no? we
God,
just,
that was tough.
And the wind came through and
you
blew it out.
could only get a wind and a galvanized room.
What I mean saying, the players that we tackled at the present time couldn't have been tackled that time.
No.
I mean,
Even I often wonder how did we get away with a letter from the general saying that I was up in the Foresters Hall because the stage was so small. Did you know the night out in Tracton?
I don't know. Cotton came down, cut me in 2 hairs, my head out over the end of the
But then the
stage.
farmer Doody, before my time, he used to produce plays.
He did.
I was in a play with him now. The Dear Departed. You know, he was very, very good. He was, I mean to say, no, considering like, you were very good in comparison to him now in production. He was very severe.
His father Doody was a fine Shakespearean actor himself.
I can remember one night now one of the characters, they couldn't get the part, you know, not the way he wanted it. So he just stripped off his collar, off his coat, and he did the part for her to show her exactly what he wanted, you know?
Yeah.
He was very sweet.
He was.
I know, you went in for the variety stuff. I remember seeing you with the old timers and
Oh, I did with the old timers.
with your brother Larkin, you did great acts.
The one Jackies.
But did you act in plays?
Huh?
Did you act in plays?
Oh, I did.
Did you?
Oh, I did.
With the Ringaskiddy group?
No, only with you, Master, yeah.
Oh, yes, yeah. But
That
prior
was
to
in the
that?
variety, yeah.
No, no.
Yeah.
You didn't do any in hall bowling when you were living
I
there?
did.
Oh, you took part in the
We done,
pageant shows, yeah.
We done Copwater, we done Who, like that.
What plays did you do, Ned, before you joined this group? What plays you used to do, Lord? Did you do?
Oh, I played the new TD and Dead Men's Shoes, Bridget's Biddy, John Bell.
John Bell.
Yeah.
One
They were very popular.
One X, they were very popular that time.
Who produced them?
Oh, well, that's what I mean. I will tell you.
Ourselves, you know.
Yeah.
Like, if you had to go out the door, well, get out through it, no matter if you were at the other end of the stage.
You see, at that time it was a case of like the Harrier Club now be looking for funds, you know, and they come in and say, would you ever do a play, a concert? Go in, get a play, you see, The Romantic Lover now was the first one I ever did,
Yeah.
you know, one of John Bernard. And it's just a case of getting the books and learning your part, like, you know.
Yeah.
Like, there was no production.
No,
But of course
no.
the sense of enjoyment was there all the time,
Why?
the fact that you were
Well, of course, I
enjoying
tell
yourself.
you, at that time too, there was no television,
There wasn't.
and people used to come out, you know, and they used to love
They're
it,
good for
you
the
know,
time,
like
yeah.
full hall.
But I think not everyone is as dedicated now, for example, as the two of you have.
No,
Well, of course, we
I
love
love
it.
it.
We love it, we
Oh
love
God,
it.
I love drama, really.
Plays were put on in many centres around the village. At the beginning, they were put on in the old schoolhouse, which closed in 1898. Plays were also presented at the Foresters Hall for quite a long time, and also in another hall in Shanbally known as the All-Comers Hall. By the middle 60s, the group was very anxious to have somewhere to put on plays in the village of Ringaskiddy itself. Furthermore, there was need of a community centre in the village. So we decided to try and unite the two aspects, that we would build a community centre which would be of use to the people of the village and which would be of use to us as a little theatre. There is no doubt that we choose difficult plays. Well, rather that I choose them, because the choice of play is left solely to myself. And I must admit that a play like the present one we're doing, Rashomon, really stretches our group to its limits. Certainly stretches me as the producer. But we have done other plays of similar difficulty. The Summer of the 17th Doll, A View from the Bridge, and others which stretched us to the utmost. If the embrace lasts that long, and then you black out the lights. And remember, lads, you move off quietly. Okay, move off quietly in the dark. Move off quietly, because the action comes up here almost immediately. Jackie, last.
That's Tajimar, all right, no mistake. Even among bandits, he's famous for his lechery. Here, just 2 months ago in the mountain pass, behind the Torb temple, a lady of the court was waylaid with her mother and daughter. 3 pieces of fruit from the same tree. Now, which one did you think Tajimar would pick? Huh? The mother? Huh? The daughter? Huh? The lady? Huh? Well, all 3 of them.
Hajamaro's a savage, a wild beast.
But the women seem to like it, especially the highbrow ones with their downcast eyes and their airs and graces. Show them a man with sweat in them, huh? And their tongues grow big in their mouth.
Had no respect to talk so before a priest.
But he said he was giving it up. If he wants to join the rest of us, he better start learning the language. All right, your story warms me more than this old sickly fire. What else did he say? Tajumaro?
Nothing.
Nothing? I don't believe it. Sure, half the pleasure of taking a woman is talking about it afterwards. He must have said something more, didn't he?
Yes, he said more. He said he never meant to kill.
Right, lads, that wasn't too bad. It's coming on. Now remember, listen to each other and react. And Jackie, freeze those joke lines. You have good lines and make those people down there in the audience laugh on the night. Freeze and hit them hard. Now I think we'll let that rest for the moment, and we'll have Raymond, Betty, Con back again, and we'll do the scene preceding the comic sword fight and leading into it. Right, okay, on stage.
You're a coward, coward, coward!
That's enough!
Enough? Who says enough?
Pajamaro!
Ah, yes. Pajamaro the Terrible. For years I've thrilled to the tales of your romantic escapades. Your daring, your savage strength. And for a moment I thought it might be true. I half hoped you were the one who would beat me, fight for me, tear me away from this stupid life I've been living. But no, you were ready enough to murder my husband when he was bound and gagged. But when I untied him, your burning passion for me vanished. And you can't wait to vanish after it. You're no better than he is. Just a small, cheap imitation of yourself. A reputation without a body. And nothing.
Vomited? Did I?
Now you're scared stiff of each other. Let me make sure that's all. Once more. But you're scared. There's a tremble in your hand even. Right, folks, I think that's enough for tonight anyway. Why I do this type of plays, perhaps, number one, I feel that they are plays that are really worth doing. Number two, they have a great audience appeal. And number three, even though they are difficult to do, I often find that doing a difficult play demands the very same amount of work and time as doing the easier type. In fact, the difficult play helps carry itself. At the present moment, the strength of the group is roughly 15. That is, we can depend on 15 people to act in a play. Even though we have found that when we put on pageants, we put on a number of historical play pageants for a number of years, that we were able to muster up to 40 in cast. Many of the men work at various jobs in the city, white-collar jobs, and others work in factories, local factories in the city. The girls, well, some of them may actually still be at school, or some have secretarial jobs of various kinds, and some of them are housewives. Well, there is the fact that in a small community of roughly 300 people, there is not a great deal of talent available. And when I ask adults to undertake a difficult play, well, when I get them to achieve something worthwhile, that does give me great satisfaction.
But I don't see any reason why it shouldn't be up to the standards set by former productions. Yes, but you were mentioning about noise. I think the more noise, the better. Scattering the leaves and all that, yeah. Quite good, yeah.
I think so, too. I think that would be a feature.
Yes, I think it would, yeah.
So I suppose we'll break for a jab.
Oh, well.
Good.
Well, they put in a lot of good work tonight, anyway.
Yes, okay, so lads. Thank you very much. Let's call it a night.
Oh, great.
Mr. McCarthy, I came to Ringaskiddy on Fool's Day in 1952. And as I got interested in drama, I soon discovered that the name John Bernard McCarthy was very well known in theatrical circles in Ringaskiddy. Evidently, you have written plays and been connected with the drama movement in Ringaskiddy since the beginning of the century.
Since 1910, with the Drama League in Ringaskiddy. At that time, there was a Father Murphy curate, and he wrote to me saying he's putting on two of my plays at the old the old schoolhouse.
That's right, the old school.
And could I come over? So along with some friends, I crossed the pipe and crossed Haven, and we walked on to Ringaskiddy. And the performance was duly held at the old schoolhouse, and it wasn't in a very good condition. So as the crowd came in, I could feel the boards creaking, and I was afraid that for the first time in my life I might bring down the house.
What kind of a stage had they there?
Improvised, I don't know, flat boards laid along. And
had they a front curtain and some lighting? What was the lighting?
well, very primitive, I'd imagine. A lantern, I think. Ship's lantern, most, I think.
Yes. Did you help to produce the plays yourself?
Well, no, not Ringaskiddy, no, because I was very far removed from Ringaskiddy.
You lived in Crosshaven, did you?
It didn't cross Haven.
Yes.
It meant crossing the ferry and going to the marsh to arrive there.
But you attended all the performances?
Yes.
How many plays exactly have you written?
Well, about 60 altogether, but only about 42 published.
These are some of your plays, very popular ones. Crusaders, Romantic Lover. Copwater in particular is a very funny farce and done very often. The Long Road to Garana Old Acquaintance is also very popular. Crusaders was produced at the Abbey Theatre on January the 17th, 1917. It had an all-star cast. Fred O'Donovan, Barry Fitzgerald, Arthur Shields, Frank Fay, and so on.
It's not very popular among amateurs. I don't know why. It's all too serious.
Probably a very difficult play.
Because people come primarily to the theatre, I think, to be entertained,
Yes.
amused,
Yes.
not edified. I always found that there was a great instinct for the drama in Ringaskiddy. The people loved the drama.
Yes.
I don't know where they inherited the taste, but they had it.
Children are natural actors. Children are always actors. Let's play house. I'll be Mammy, let you be Daddy. Let's play cowboys, and so forth. Well, I think that teachers should make use of this natural inclination of children to play and pretend to help in their education and to make their education more palatable. I always try it out in my school. For example, if I teach history, if I teach the Battle of Clontarf, well, I get the children to act it out. If I teach a parable, I get the children to act the parable on the floor of the school. For children, it seems to me, there is no distinction between doing a play for the sake of education and doing a play for the play's sake. They seem to enjoy doing plays for any reason at all. Begin now with you, the first scene now of The Prodigal Son. Okay, action stations.
Right.
Ready? Cut them up.
Come on, get a move on here. Gosh, you've been shouting so much. Wouldn't be surprised if you were hoarse. I know you're hoarse, right? Is this hair more fighting? It is indeed. I want to get away from this place. I want to see the outside world, right? Ash, there's no good out there. Why isn't it? Ash, I'm getting stuck in here. No fair, man. Ash, our country food is much better than that stuff. It is not. Either it is. Sure, I plan on going away soon. Are you? Where are you going? Oh, I'm going to America, I think. America? I don't know where. What's you stopping for? I'm beat out. I'm gonna ask me for my money and I'm going out right now. Ah, surely you're not serious. I'm positive. I'm dead serious. Father, I'm leaving and I want my money. You hear? He wants to leave. I want to see the outside world while I'm young. It's nice while I'm old. Where you going? Well, I don't know yet. You're a fool, boy. You'll be sorry if you go away. Look, I want to see the outside world, and I want my money now. Look, sleep it off, and you'll be all right in the morning. No, I'm leaving. All right, so get the money box and money there. Hurry up. Look, you're being very foolish. Yeah, I'm not. I want my money. Well, just don't waste it.
Card game, right? Everything right in the pub for the second scene of The Prodigal Son, right? Button up.
see, my mother's having an operation, and we've no money to pay for it.
How much do you need?
About £50.
Oh, I think I can handle that. There you are.
Thank you.
Hey, see, would you like to give me cards? All right. You can sit here. Take a seat down there. Go on. Cut down. Sure, you're not big money. All right, big money spender. You can cut first. Cut away. Go on. All right. Go on, cut. Is it? Oh, no. That's really easy to beat. I think I'll take the top one. A kidney!
You didn't pay for the round of drinks yet?
Oh, yes.
£20 for the whole lot?
I've only 13.
You better get the other 7.
Look, lads, I'm sure. I've a cold. I think I ought to be going home.
When I get to the hall, my approach again is very leisurely. I still use improvisation methods. I allow ad-libbing, free movement and so on to build up the play or the sketch or whatever it may be. So the children love to hear that we're going to the hall for drama, because it means drama plus fun plus excitement. I can use this time-consuming method because I do spend a lot of time with the children. As one local man said, there's no need for a nursemaid in Ringaskiddy. The teacher is doing babysitter all the time. I teach appreciation of music allied with physical education. For example, the item Táin in this year's school concert teaches not only the history of Táin Bócúlia, but also covers musical appreciation and physical education as well, because it's done as a dance drama. Not all the children continue their interest in drama as they get older, but quite a share do, and one part of an audience for plays that we put on locally. Also began acting in school drama and taking part in the present play, Rashomon. Then there is the sketch which helps to teach the life of St. Patrick in a rather amusing manner.
I'm Niall of the 9 hostages. And this is the trick who I captured him. I will sell him as a slave. I am Milcom. I will farmer from Ulster. I offer 5 pieces of silver coin. I offer 6. You must talk during the play. Ignorant. I accept. He's yours now. You are mine now. You will spend your time on this finish and take care of my sheep and pigs. I take good care of your sheep and pigs, and I keep the wild animals from doing harm to them. Some man petty. Shut up.
Patrick spent 6 lonely years on that bleak mountain. One night, an angel visited him.
Oh, she lovely. You mustn't talk during the play. Ignorance! Yeah.
Rise up, Patrick. Go now. A ship awaits to carry you home.
Oh, how I thank God. I thought this slavery would never end. I feel the same about this play. Come on, away, Mother, I've made up my mind. priest. Why so, Patrick? Because I can hear the voices of the Irish people calling me back to them. Oh, come back, Paddy
I work with adults and I work with children. But of the two, perhaps I prefer working with the children a little more. Maybe because the approach is so leisurely and such an enjoyable one. I come from West Cork, where the people are fine and natural, and when I came here to Ringaskiddy again, I found a very pleasant, ordinary people, and I was able to identify with them, fit in with them, and I felt at home immediately there. I suppose that's one of the reasons why I stayed on here. There's also the fact that Ringaskiddy itself, situated on Cork Harbour, is a nice place to live in. Around the harbour, there are quite pleasant places. But it is sad to think that with the development of the area industrially, that the day may come when this village may simply be built over, and that the view of Cove across the harbour may be obscured by industrial smog. I did sound this warning in a play I wrote for the children last year, entitled The Bulldozer is Coming. But I do hope that that day will really never come, that the village will lose its community and its life.